Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Apologies in the delay in getting another van video out. I know it's been a while since the last one. I've just been waiting for a nice 2-day window where I can get this job done. So yeah, what we're going to be doing in today's video is we're going to get on with carpeting the sides of the van. This is the colour I've chosen. I've gone for like a wheat creamy colour this time. If you've seen my original video of the van tour, you'll know that I went with like a dark grey. Switching it up this time just because I thought it did feel a bit dark sometimes, so I'm hoping if I go for a lighter colour it feels a bit more light and a bit more airy inside. So I've got the tools needed for this job at the side of me here, so I'll bring the camera over here in a minute and talk you through what you need, and then I'll talk through how we're going to get things started on this side. I'll show you the best practice of how to go about like what order the carpet should be done in. As I'm going along, show you a few more tips and tricks, and hopefully it all goes well. There has been a few things I've done off camera as well, just because they weren't super interesting to show. Mainly because it was just mainly repair jobs on stuff I've done before, so there was no point really showing you that because I couldn't really teach you anything. To let you in on a little secret as well, I have carpeted the side that the camera's now on. I did that side first just to give myself a bit of a refresh to know what I was getting into before I jumped on camera and like talked people through it. I chose to do that side first just so I knew what I was doing and so it was all fresh in my mind again, because it's been about 2 years since I last carpeted a van, so I wanted to make sure I knew what I was getting into before I jumped on camera to try and teach you guys. I'm actually really happy with how that side went. It went a lot better than the first time I carpeted, so I'm really happy with that. I'll throw a bit of B-roll up of the carpet, what I've done, and I'll show you what other jobs I've done. I've redone the vapor barrier underneath the floor, and I've just gone over some of the holes that are in the side of the van with some more aluminium tape, just from bits where when I pulled the original carpet off, it pulled some of the tape off as well. It's highly recommended that you do put aluminium tape over any holes that you've got on the side of your van, just because what tends to happen is there's dirt trapped in between like the outer skin and the inner skin of the van, and as you're driving about, that like dirt moves around, so eventually over time if you don't cover those holes up it starts to seep through and then it starts to dirty your carpet, which you don't want. So yeah, highly recommended to get some aluminium tape on those. So what I'll do now is I'll bring the camera over here and I'll show you more in depth of the tools that are needed for this job, and then we'll get set up on this side. We'll open this door, get the rubber seal off so we can start like laying the carpet down. So yeah, here's all the bits you'll need for this job. The first thing you'll want to start with is the 4-way stretch carpet. You can get this in a range of different colours. We've gone for the wheat creamy type colour. Next up you've got the trim fix adhesive. This is high temperature resistant glue, but usually this comes included with the carpet. It did with my set anyway. I will make sure to leave a link in the description for all these bits anyways. So next up we've got a filtered mask, and this is just to protect yourself from the glue because it's quite nasty stuff and you don't want to get it in your lungs or anything, so yeah, highly recommended. Then we've got a Stanley knife, and this is just for doing straight cuts. When you're working around the door edge you can just do a straight cut once you've got it all situated. Then we've just got some scissors just for any extra cutting that we need to do, and a pry tool for trim clips, and this is just for these like type of areas where you really need to like press the carpet in to get it to stick in these like slightly awkward shapes. Once you start pressing in, the carpet will stretch and it'll stick, and once the glue is dried then it will all stay there. So yeah, these are really handy. So yeah, that's all you need. It's a pretty simple job. You just need to take your time, make sure you don't rush it, because if you start rushing it that's when you'll start making mistakes, and that's what I found. And the last time I did it, because it was the first time I'd done it, I did make quite a few mistakes, and that's one of the reasons why I'm changing the van now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting across the top here and come down the billy pillar just to get things started. It's recommended that you go all the way across and all the way down to the edge of the van, just all on the top bit first, and then as you've got all that situated it's easier then to work your way down, and you can start coming down the pillars, and if you've got a window at the back you can start manipulating into the window and stuff. I will talk you through that as I'm going along. So yeah, what we'll do now, we'll open this door, we'll get the rubber trim off. That's just so you can sit it in the groove, and then once you put the rubber trim back it's all like nicely finished. And yeah, we'll get it all situated up there, and then I'll talk you through the next bit once it's all done on this side. Right, so the first thing I'm going to have to do in my van, I do have these nuts across the top here that are holding the rail for the sliding door on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each nut off at a time. I'll do the carpet up to just past that nut, cut a little hole in it so that the carpet can go through it, put the nut back on, and then do that the other 2 times for the other nuts. So what you want to be doing is, like I say, you want to go across the top first, You want to make sure you've got enough carpet to go down your B-pillar, so just leave a bit of an overhang on that side. You don't need too much, because usually you have a plastic trim piece going there, like a cover piece, so it's just to give it a bit of an edge on that side. And then what you want to do is you want to spray the contact adhesive on the metal of your van first, and then on the back of the carpet you want to spray the same area, and then you want to press them together. You want to stretch it out so it's nice and flat, there's no creases, and then yeah, it basically sticks instantly. So yeah, you just want to work it all in and just do little areas at a time as you go in. As you get more confident, you can start doing slightly bigger areas and stuff, but yeah, just to get started, we'll do this first bit. I'll stick it on a time lapse because I'm going to have my mask on anyway, so you might not be able to hear my voice properly. So yeah, we'll time lapse this and I'll pick up with you once this little section's been done. So I'll just jump on real quick and explain what I was doing here. So as you start to stick the carpet down and go through certain like areas and bumps and things like that, the carpet starts to like really stretch and get quite tight, and it starts getting harder and harder to manipulate. Obviously you don't need this part here because this is going to be where the door is. So if you start making cuts and go right up to the edge of the van, it just relieves some of the tension in the carpet, and then you can start working your way through down the pillars again then. And each time, if it starts to get more tension in it, just keep doing like little cuts and you should be able to manipulate the carpet a little bit more. But yeah, it's going well at the moment. I'm just working down this B-pillar now, so yeah, we'll crack on. Right, so as you can see there now, we've gone right across the top frame of the door, and we've just stopped at the edge where it starts to come down onto the pillar down this side. And then on this side, again, it just comes down right down to the bottom. I don't really think this is that necessary on this van. I think when the pillar's on, it does hide all of this, but it's just a bit of extra. If you can see it, you know, it just finishes it off a little bit. And yeah, the carpet finishes right at the edge of this trim where the metal ends. Just go straight down with a standing knife. It's pretty easy to cut if you just stretch the carpet a little bit. Just run right down the edge of that. Use the metal frame as a guide, and then once the rubber seal for the door goes back on, then that hides that cut, and then it all blends in then and it looks neat and tidy. So yeah, the next job now is to go right across the top, right into the edge of the van, and just finish it off like I have on that side. And then eventually another piece goes across there, and you have to try and like blend the edges in. So yeah, we'll run across the edge now, and then we'll start to work our way down. Probably start with this pillar on this side, come down halfway, and then try and get the window in and go along the bottom of the window frame, and then work our way down from there. Right, so we've gone right across the top now, come right into this corner. I'm not gonna attach it right to the end at this point. I'm just gonna leave it in that corner for now. So what we're gonna start doing now is I'm gonna come down this pillar on this side, come down this pillar on this side, and then go across the bottom of the window. And then to work into the window then, what you wanna do is you wanna put a small cross inside just to relieve some of that tension, figure out where the window edges are, and try and like start pushing it in to see how much material you need, and just keep making that cross slightly bigger as you need it. But don't go too crazy with that, because you don't want to end up like cutting too much back, and then as you push it in, it doesn't meet up with your window and stuff. That is something that happened the first time I did mine. My cross was a little bit too big, and then as I pushed it all in, there was loads of gaps around where the seal of the window is, so I had to put like little pieces of carpet and try and blend it in just to make it look pretty neat, but it never really looked that good, and it always annoyed me every time I saw it. So yeah, just a small cut inside, and just start working your way out as you get into the edges and stuff. Right, so we've got the carpet coming down the sides here and here. I've not put it on the bottom yet because I'm going to leave a little bit of excess on there. So what you want to do now is just in the middle, add a little X cut into the carpet, just so you can start like working back out then and take some of this tension off. What you want to do is you want to try and figure out where the edges of your window are, and then roughly just try and cut a little X in the middle of it there. Right, so we've got the window cut out now. Sorry I didn't go through it in a bit more detail. I was really like concentrating, so I didn't want to like distract myself. It didn't go as well on this side. Of course, when I'm filming it, it doesn't go as well, but we have ended up now with a bit of a gathering here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. So I'm just trying to figure out now how I'm gonna try and rectify this. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to like cut it and just try and blend the cut in so you can't see it, or I'm trying to push as much of the crease to the window as I can so that I can hide it with the seal that's gonna be going over it. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out now. Last jumped on, and as you can see, I have ripped off this side of the carpet. I've not ripped all of it off. I've come up to one of the last nuts, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend the carpet in there, and eventually where them nuts are, I'm going to utilize them for like little hanging things like coat hangers or little details like plant pots and stuff. So I'm hoping that join won't be visible in the future. I tried really hard to get the crease out on this side, but for whatever reason, it had just messed up. Even though I'd got everything straight on the top, for some reason when I'd come down, it had gathered up too much. I did eventually pull this side off to try and push it back out that way, but because I'd cut quite deep into that little crease, I couldn't get it to work, so I just thought, sod it, I've got extra carpet, let's just cut around here and then we'll do this side fresh. So I'm gonna get the mask on now, try and get all this done. I've finally ended up getting this side done now. Second time it went a lot smoother. It still messed up around the window and around this side, but I've managed to get it sorted this time and push it out. I think the issue was this corner here, because it's like on an angle. With me putting that up there first, it must have pushed it all back in this way, so that's why it's all gathered up in this side originally, but it is looking a lot better this time. This is where I've added the join in. It is pretty noticeable when you get up close to it, but obviously the nut's going to go back on, and then like I say, I might put like either some coat hooks here or a little like hanging plant pot so it kind of like masks it. So my next job now is to get a piece in across the back there. Yeah, I just need to try and blend it in best I can there. It is a bit tricky when you're trying to blend in, but you just need to really just push the carpet as close together as you can and just try and like massage it together and just, yeah, see how good you can get the line to be hidden really. So yeah, I'll get a piece of carpet cut for this now, and then yeah, I'll pick up with you once it's all stuck on, and I'll show you how the join ends up going, and then we can sign it off for the day. Okay, so this is the first join I've just done. I've got a bit of glue there, so just ignore that. But other than that, this bit is going to be hidden by the seal, so that's not too bad. It does look worse on camera than it does in person. What I ended up doing is I pulled the carpet over, glued up to this area here, left this area while I was working out where I needed to cut. I then pushed the carpet down and tried to feel the lip that the other carpet is leaving, and then I just tried to trace that with the knife and then just tried to like push it in. Yeah, I feel like I can't get a join much better than that really, not unless you've had like years and years of practice with it, and I think once the van's back together I really don't feel like you're gonna notice that. So yeah, it's just this side to do now. I'll time lapse it again, but I'll leave the camera a bit closer this time so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then once that's done, that's everything done for today. So that's everything done on this side, top bit's done. I did have an issue in the corner, my bad really. I started cutting for the bottom side of it, completely forgot to take into account the top corner bit, and yeah, just cut too much off. So I decided to just cut a piece that was roughly the right size and see if I could do a fix in there, just do a bit of a join. I'm not super happy with it, but I'm gonna wait until the ceiling's gone on and see how noticeable it is, because it's only this back piece, I can just take it off if I need to, so it's easily replaceable that. But I just thought, instead of taking it all off today, let's just see if I can do a repair, see if I can hide the joins a little bit more. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a bit more research on how you successfully hide joins, because unless it's just because of the light material, you can see the gap a little bit easier. I think if it was a darker material, you probably wouldn't notice it as much, but yeah, I'll spin the camera around now and I'll show you, like, I've put the furniture back in, I've put the floor back in, so I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, so this is what it looks like on this side now, with the furniture in. You can see it goes right across. You can't really see that join from here either, so that's quite good. So yeah, this is the side I did yesterday as well. That looks really good on that side, to be fair. Just need to sort out the doors next, because that's still got the old carpet on. Not too sure what I'm going to do with this yet, because at the moment it's got the fascia trim on, but I'm not massively keen on how that sits, so I think I'm going to make my own wooden frame. and just have it come a little bit higher than the window just to hide the rubber seal. On these two back windows, I'm not a massive fan of how they look with the seal on. It looks a little bit untidy and a little bit unfinished. So again, I think I'm gonna make a wooden frame that goes around, similar shape to the lines of the van, so it'll come straight across, kind of curve down here, and then come right back across. And I just want it to sit just a little bit higher than the window, just to hide that from line of sight really. Because yeah, just looking at that at the moment, it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. So yeah, I'm going to try and have a little fascia that hides that. Now that that job's out of the way, I knew that was like one of the biggest ones that was going to take the most time, and you can't really have any breaks in it. You just need to kind of get it all on in one go really. So now that's done, the ceiling will be next, and I think I'm just going to put the original ceiling from the last build back in. Then I need to sort out the floor. So I was originally going to go for a vinyl flooring, just because it's easy to stick down, it's a bit more resilient, it can withstand a bit more wear and tear. But I'm debating now whether to stick to the laminate flooring that I used to have. A new flooring and maybe a new colour, and maybe something that's slightly thinner, but I think it did feel quite premium and it looked quite premium. I do remember saying originally that I was trying to keep the weight down of the van, but now there's not any weight in the van at the moment. I'm noticing that fuel economy's not really changed, so I don't think weight is actually that much of an issue. So I'm tempted to put laminate flooring back in just because the premium look, and it also saves me a job of having to prep this floor for the vinyl to stick to. I can just get this bolted down, then bolt the laminate flooring down, and then yeah, I can get the furniture on it then. So yeah, they're the next two jobs. I'm hoping to get them done in the next week or so, so I should have some more consistent videos coming out of the van coming soon. If you've got any questions on anything that I've shown today, or if if I've not answered something in the video, do let me know in the comments below and I'll try and get that answered for you. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. Like I say, I will leave product links down below, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.